incredibly loud game. In our latest episode of, hey, remember that old game we really like? Let's just make another one. Hey, yeah, let's just fucking make another one. But new. And then they did that. In our latest ongoing adventures of... Oh, by the way, also, get ready for getting demonetized 500 times a day. Are you ready to get demonetized like fucking crazy? So, we're getting further and further away from it. But, Wing Commander. Yes? Wing Commander. But wait, even more than that? Wing Commander Privateer. Shabams. We're on it. Yeah, so, there's a lot of licensed music in this game. I'm really glad I don't monetize these videos anymore, so I don't have to worry about this stupid shit. Although I do remember the devs said they paid a licensing fee, but not for every song. Anyway. Speaking of licensed songs. Always wear your seatbelt, kids. So if there's one thing you can't say this game don't got, it's fucking style and personality.
Juno.
Hey, it's those phones from Pokemon.
After your transition to domesticity.
Domestic life is on hold for a while. My husband is... Brace is dead, and I'm in the shit.
His passing wasn't accidental?
No, it wasn't. I tracked the guy who did it here to Lubbock, but the upshot is that I'm a little rusty these days. I'm stuck on this rock until I can scrape together the cash for another ride. You know I don't like to ask for a handout, and I know it's been a long time, but
Say no more, Juno. I used to have a small waste transport operation in Texas. In-system ships, no jump drives. There might be one or two still in storage.
right now I'll take anything I can get, as long as my mother's not involved.
Aha! There's an old Pathfinder still in mothballs on Lubbock.
A platypus? Well, I did just say I'd take anything. What'll I owe you?
There's a package I'm anxious to have delivered. If you could see your way clear to bringing it to me in Nevada, we could consider ourselves square.
I can do that. So, this package, do I need to watch my back?
I like to keep a low profile, but there's no entanglement with the law. You'll need to pick up the package on Nacogdoches.
Do I have a contact?
Richter Brust.
I'm gonna lose my lead on my target. You think you could ask around for me? His name is Ruth, but I guess he also goes by Ruthless.
Yeah,
Good
if my name
guy,
was
lots of rings
Ruth
strung
and I
around
was
his
a
neck.
man,
This
I
is
would
pretty
also
fancy.
try and get
I'll
that
see what
started.
I can do. I'll let you know what I
Hey,
found
Ruth.
when you show up
Hey,
in
Ruth.
Nevada.
Hey, Ruth.
Thanks, Orzu.
Hey, Ruth.
See you soon.
Yeah, so this is the latest in our string of...
God, this thing didn't just
Hey,
haul
remember
trash,
that
it
old
is
game?
trash.
Remember Mega Man
Get
Battle
to it.
Network? One Step from Eden. Remember Castlevania? Bloodstained. Remember Paper Mario? Bug Fables. So this is remember Wing Commander Privateer? Boom. We got ourselves a Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. And just like Wing Commander, we start out with total dog shit. When you first start the game on like the I've played Wing Commander Privateer difficulty, you start out with one shitty laser. And that's it. You ain't got shit. You ain't got shit in this world. You don't even have a radar that can tell friend from foe. It doesn't even have like color coordinating. It doesn't have a tractor beam. It doesn't have afterburners. It ain't got shit. And as you can see, the design of the ship itself is like it's a fucking garbage truck. So very much in the same way that Wing Commander Privateer starts, where you're hauling a garbage truck with one shitty little utility laser on it. And you have to build your way up. You have to build yourself up from fucking nothing. And get yourself back. And this is the ship she was flying in the opening cutscene. And she crashed by just not paying attention to where she was driving, I guess. So this game came out a while ago as an Epic Games Store exclusive. So this game finally actually came out on platforms that human beings own and can play games on. Finally. Which means it's finally worth talking about. Hooray. I've been waiting this game was like sitting, waiting to get released for fucking so long, and they were like, no, the COVID delaying things, and it's like, man, whatever.
Bring in the roadhouse.
Just let me play your game, please. So I was expecting a lot of things from this game, and it lived up to all of those expectations, both in the ways that I was expecting it to do well, and in the ways I was expecting it to fall short. I expected it to be bad in the ways that it was bad, and I knew it would be. But here's the thing. This game is finally, like, it's bringing to the table something that just isn't there for people without it. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. So, the only other game that's, like, comparable to what this game is doing is Elite Dangerous. The thing is, Elite Dangerous is kind of just not, doesn't have enough going for it. Elite Dangerous is the most open. It's
All
This is gonna sound weird.
Here we go.
But I'm gonna compare it to Sonic real quick. First of all. I'm gonna compare it, so...
I think that's the last of them.
So with Sonic Forces, yes. So there's a weird, like, complaint that I hear from people about Sonic Forces, which is that they say, like, it's too linear. Sonic Forces is a bad game because it's too linear. And I'm like, what? How can a game be too linear? Oh, there are hostiles near, apparently. Where? Jeez, I don't even know what's happening.
I think we're clear.
And the reason that that's a weird complaint to me is because it implies an equal but opposite criticism, which is that a game can be not linear enough. So I actually think, like, Elite Dangerous is a game where it's not linear enough. It's too non-linear. It's actually, like, there's not enough linearity to this game. So Rebel Galaxy Outlaw is basically just Elite Dangerous, but with more linearity, which makes it better than Elite Dangerous, because Elite Dangerous is definitely not linear enough. But it's the same kind of gameplay feel, where you're in, like, you know, an open sandbox, an open world, you know, space map type location, although Elite Dangerous, like, gets massive points for the sheer scale, where it's the entire fucking Milky Way galaxy, and it's actually impossible for human beings to chart the entire thing. But it's the same kind of thing where, you know, you're kind of thrown into it with dog shit, and you gotta build yourself up by doing open world, just like random missions and stuff. The thing is, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw actually has a framing device of here's who you are and what your goal is, and there's a story and characters and locations and content that a video game should have. So it's automatically way better than Elite Dangerous by sheer metric of that alone. So I would compare this game at two crossroads. The crossroad of Wing Commander Privateer and Elite Dangerous. And it succeeds in... So I've talked about it before, where it's like that kind of issue where a game, like, only copies the style of a game in terms of its gameplay and in terms of... Yeah, really just in terms of gameplay, but it does not copy the substance, which is, you know, the aesthetics or the world or, like, anything else.
Docking request received. Automatic landing sequence initiated.
And it doesn't, like, I'm really grateful for Bug Fables, because Bug Fables sets itself apart by being, oh, hey, remember Paper Mario, but then also it has so much more going for it in and of itself, so that there's actually original content and original aesthetics to keep you around. Like, the Paper Mario-ness of Bug Fables gets you in the door, but the unique thing that it has going for it on its own keeps you sticking around and keeps you being like, yeah, that's what's going on in this video game. Whereas stuff like Bloodstained, it's really just the shallowest, most surface level, oh, it reminds you of Castlevania. That should be enough to go off of, right? Bloodstained is the one I always pick on the most, and I don't know why. Yeah, it's of that genre of, like, spiritual remakes, like Bloodstained or Bug Fables. It's that indie dev thing of, gee, I sure did love that old game I played as a kid. I'm gonna make a new game that's that game, but new. And this game definitely does everything that Wing Commander Privateer did in terms of its gameplay, but better. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull it off with this ship and this starting equipment, but one of the things, for example, that you could do in Wing Commander Privateer is if you get into like a dogfight and you shoot a pilot, like if you shoot a ship down, sometimes the pilot will eject from their ship, and then you'll be able to tractor beam them into your cargo hold, into your ship. Oh yeah, I definitely can't do it with this ship because I don't have a tractor beam. And you can tractor beam them into your ship as a slave and sell them on the slave market. So you can like blow someone up and then sell them as a slave. And that's the kind of shit you could do in Wing Commander Privateer. That's that good old-fashioned 80s DOS PC game freedom right there. And you can do it in this game. You can tractor beam ejected pilots and sell them as slaves. It's fucking amazing. The downside of this game is the same problem. It has the same problem. It does not have the bug fable solution, which is it feels like a hollow imitation rather than bringing anything special to the table on its own. One of the reasons Wing Commander Privateer was such a special game was because it took place in the Wing Commander universe during the war with the Kilrathi. Wing Commander 1 and 2 were big deals at the time, so the idea of an open space sandbox game in that familiar universe with that setting that we're already acquainted with, where you could just fly around in that universe and make your own way through the stars is a huge appeal. Like, one of my favorite things about Wing Commander Privateer was the fact you could run into Kilrathi and befriend them, and eventually you can get, like, a good relationship with the Kilrathi to the point where they'll see you as an ally and they won't shoot at you. So, like, the generic, like, Japanese imperialist, but they're cats in space bad guy, like, guilt-free bad guy, enemy from the main game eventually can see your character in Wing Commander Privateer as a friend. Being able to make the evil Space Kitty Empire your ally is an experience that's unique to Wing Commander Privateer. And unfortunately, and understandably, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw can't fulfill that part of what made Wing Commander Privateer so special by the sheer fact that this game is an original IP. It is a sequel to Rebel Galaxy. They already made a Rebel Galaxy game, like, originally. There was an original game they made called Rebel Galaxy, so it can go off of that, but it's still just not nearly enough. The world that Rebel Galaxy takes place in is just so generic and so not that interesting. And especially so in comparison to the world building that Wing Commander had going for it. So it has that same problem that every other spiritual remake has, where, oh, let's make a game that's like that old game we like, and it's just the gameplay, and then they forgot every other part that would go into making a game in and of itself. Like, you forgot you also have to make a good game. You can't just steal and improve upon the gameplay from this game you like, and then that's it. Did you notice that the game you like also had, like, world building to it, and, like, a story, and an interesting, like, setting, and conflict, and etc.? So as you can see... Ooh. Whoa, where am I facing, even? There we go. There. Yeah, look at him. There he is. Yeah, look at this fucking loser. Yeah. You got fucking wrecked, my dude. You got fucking wrecked. You got wrecked. Fucked and wrecked, my dude. So yeah, if we had a tractor beam, we could tractor beam him into our ship and keep him as a slave. We'll sell him as a slave. And look at that. Yeah. Look at that shit. They actually modeled all that. Isn't that interesting? So we can't tractor beam him in, unfortunately, so... That's somehow even worse. That's somehow even worse. So it's that thing where, like, you know how sometimes we're like, man, how cool, like, imagine this game, but it's in any other established science fiction, like, setting, right? Imagine this game with this style, and what this game, and how it plays, and, like, what you're doing in the game. But it's Star Fox, right? Imagine this game taking place in the Star Fox, in the Lilat system, instead of the Dodge sector, which is what it actually is. Loading.
Hope you wrote up a will this morning.
Instead of the Dodge sector with, like, star systems named after... Like, I like that aesthetic. Don't get me wrong. That's cute. That's really adorable. I like that. That it's like, you know, it's got that space cowboy aesthetic. The aesthetic is strong. The aesthetic of space cowboys, you know, that Cowboy Bebop style. You can't go wrong with that. It's just a little bit too generic and a little bit not very special. Not special enough, I guess. I don't know. It's just too generic for me. Imagine if it was the Lilat system. Imagine if this was Star Wars. Because that's the thing. The game does a very good job.
Now, hold on. We don't have to shoot our way out of this.
I suppose just this once we might fly on by one another.
Because this game does do a very good job at the other major draw of Wing Commander Privateer. Because Wing Commander Privateer doesn't just coast by on being an open-world sandbox game in the universe of Wing Commander. It also, and more crucially, is one of the only games that fulfills what I like to call the Han Solo fantasy. Right? You know what I mean. It's got that Han Solo fantasy TM. And this game definitely brings the heat when it comes to living out the fantasy of being a scruffy-looking nerf herder, smuggling spice right under the nose of the authoritarian space cops, and living on the edge of the space frontier. So in that regard, it does achieve the best thing that any spiritual remake can do, which is it makes the game it's inspired by feel obsolete. If you look at Wing Commander Privateer purely as a Han Solo simulator, which is valid, then this game invalidates the existence of Wing Commander Privateer. It makes Wing Commander Privateer feel obsolete, which is a good thing. That's what you want it to be able to do. That's what you want a game of this nature to do. There's very little that would inspire me to recommend Wing Commander Privateer as a game for people to look up anymore when there's this game that they could play instead, since it does everything in terms of gameplay and in terms of the Han Solo fantasy that Wing Commander Privateer did, but better. The only thing counting against it is I'm just not engaged by this setting, this world, the universe that they have of the Dodge sector, of it's just so nothing. It's like look up the most.
Pilot disengaged.
the most generic possible idea of a science fiction setting. Like, it's space cowboys. That's the only thing that distinguishes it. And other things have done space cowboys. Other things have done the space western. Right? Like, that's not even unique. It's valid. You can do that. That's fine. And you do it well. That's just not enough. You need more than that a little bit. You need something original. And
I'm
you
10-8 to my next stop.
You don't? Like, it definitely, like I said, it does a lot more than Elite Dangerous fucking does. So I would, like, anyone who's like, oh, Elite Dangerous, fuck Elite Dangerous, play this game instead. It does the same thing, but it's more linear. It has more of an actual linear narrative going for it, compared to Elite Dangerous, which just chucks you in to this fucking, this actual, like swimming pool where you're just lost and confused and scared, and it's like, Mom, I want to go home. And this game actually does something that I've never seen in a flight sim before of any kind, let alone a space flight sim, right? Which is the best thing. Like, this game gets points for innovating the idea of the auto pursuit above and beyond any other like flight sim I can think of. Like, it makes it legitimately hard to go back to other flight sims after playing this and being like, holy shit, the auto pursuit is so good. The auto pursuit is, once you have a ship in your crosshairs, or if you're locked onto it manually, what you can do is you can hold down a trigger and the game will automatically lock onto it. It's sort of like Z-targeting in Zelda, where now I'm Z-targeted and locked onto this ship, and I will automatically follow it, and I will match the velocity of this ship. I will match its velocity, and I will stay locked onto it. I'm not moving the stick at all. I'm not moving the stick whatsoever. I'm just holding that. Now I'm moving it. Now I'm moving it. But otherwise, you just hold it down and you automatically follow behind it. So it makes dogfighting way less of a pain in the ass. Sometimes it does feel like it makes the game a little bit too easy, especially later on. But this is such a great feature because it's also not like an automatic thing. Like, if I started it right now, like, it's not like trying to fuck. I don't know where I left off. I don't know why that keeps happening. When you're in like an actual dogfight with them, like, they'll be moving around, so you can't just hold down the auto pursuit button and hold down the fire button and it's an automatic win. You still have to like try and line up your crosshairs, but auto pursuit is like such a, it's like so like, oh my god, how am I gonna go back now? This is such a good feature. Although I do think the AI is aware of the auto pursuit and is a little bit fucky when it comes to the way it tries to avoid you tailing them. Like, they corkscrew a lot. I'm gonna switch over after I show like doing a couple of these missions.
Clearance
here.
granted. You are now entering.
So I'm doing just random missions to, you know, get easy credits, because that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do in Wing Commander. You gotta try and build yourself up. And there are natural roadblocks throughout the story in this first area where it's like, you need a tractor beam for this mission. So you cannot progress the story until you get a tractor beam. And stuff like that. And then, eventually, the main story will have you leave the Texas star that we're at right now. And to do that, you need a jump drive.
Dutch patrol here. We are initiating a contraband scan. Do not deviate from your flight path. No contraband detected. Proceed.
Eventually it'll be like, you need to leave this sector and you can't do it without a jump drive, so you'll have to be able to buy a jump drive eventually. And stuff like that. So this is a good little tutorial area.
Autopilot disengaged.
But that's one of the things you're eventually going to have to do is just start doing grinding missions. The thing is, doing missions is not the best way to get money in this game. The best way to get money in this game is mining. And this game has mining, and Wing Commander Privateer did not have mining. So there you go. And Elite Dangerous does have mining. Again, everything everything Elite Dangerous does, this game does as well. And I like this game better. I definitely like this game better than Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous wins in terms of sheer scale, but this game wins in terms of being a fucking video game.
Autopilot disengaged. Destination reached.
Although I do think it needs a performance patch, because there's sometimes where you're like doing that subspace slipstream thing, and then once you get to your destination,
Clearance
it'll
granted.
just like
You
the
are now
screen will
entering
go
an
black
automatic
and it'll
landing
freak out because it hasn't loaded the location in yet.
Objective complete.
So I've done a couple of little missions. So now we have about
Cargo removed.
11,000 credits, generic money. And with that, we're going to buy... Can I? Ooh, I don't think I can. Let me see here. So I would need 20,000 credits to buy a mining scanner and a mining laser. So once if you want to make money in this game, if you want to grind, if you want to just be like, fuck this, you want to get the mining laser and you want to get the mining scanner, and then you can just grind by going to asteroid belts and mining and selling the resources, because that is the best way to make money in this game. And then eventually you'll be able to build yourself up. You'll be able to buy a combat laser or other hard points instead of just having this shitty starting laser. Eventually you'll be able to buy, you'll be able to upgrade your ship and progress through the game. And we're going to switch over to my other save. Because this is just the beginning of the game where you start out with literally jack shit. And you've seen enough to see what... Actually, no. I should have done something else. I shouldn't have done what I just did. That's good. Let's jump back into that first, actually. Because I wanted to do something funny. Like, it's also got the soundtrack going for it. This is a really good soundtrack. I really like all of the licensed songs in this game. It's like the opposite of the Sonic movie, where all the licensed songs in that were fucking dog shit. So let's... Yeah. Let's go out in style. Fuck this terrible...
Destination reached.
Oh god! Yep, so we're at the Star now. We're at the Texas Star. Autopilot got us really close, holy shit. So we're off. Away we go. Oh, fuck. Oh, that was great. That was great. Okay. So, here's my 20 hours save file where I've done all of the grinding for money. So we're gonna see a jump in quality here. So now I have a good... I have, on this save file, I have all of the best weapons. I have tachyon beams, guns, and autocannons. I got a turret, I got the swarm launcher, I have the best armor, I have the best shield generator, I've got the best anti-missile, I've got stocked up power plant, I've got the best afterburner, I've got the best radar, I've got, well, this ship doesn't have a great cargo capacity, but I've got an enhanced tractor beam, I've got a shielded jump drive, I've got a repair droid, I don't really need to do mining anymore. And I've even got a postcard. Oh, and bam! Remember this guy? Remember her? Remember the bird? I've got it all. And this ship that I'm flying is called the Foxeh. So obviously it's the best ship because it's got Fox in the name. So that makes it the best. That's just how it works. I don't make the fucking rules, okay? Oh, I should have taken a combat mission. Just to show the difference. Oh, we're gonna run into bad guys. It's fine. And all of the ships have different cockpits. So you can, after a certain point, legitimately decide what ship you want to fly based on its cockpit. And you can see on the right, I've got my little armadillo statue. I purchased that. That's something that I bought and put in my ship for flair. And let's take a look at my ship here, because it's super swank. I really like the design for this ship, too. So this is my Fox ship. It's lovely. And it's a 2-seater. 3-seater, in fact. Is that 3-seater? No. Yeah, it's a 2-seater. Look at that. I can actually see my person. And you can see the guns that I have on it. Man, that's so good looking. I wish I could turn off the what's it called? The J.J. Abrams. Wish I could turn off the J.J. Abrams, but... So this is my fuck. At this point in the game, it's just fuck off. It's actually ridiculous. The only way I die anymore is if I'm being fucking stupid. There's the start. It's crashed into that earlier.
I see you, sinner.
So here we go. So here we got some combat going on.
Disengaged. Missile inbound.
Oh, and you can do combat from the
This
cockpit
cannot
view,
be.
or you can do a third-person view. I prefer the cockpit view, because I'm old school like that. Here we go. So, this will be a better way to show, like, I really like the auto pursuit feature this game has. And it's you'll be able to see a little bit how the AI reacts to being auto pursued. Whoa! Crashed into it a little bit there.
Blind?
Where it like tries to corkscrew a lot. I feel like the AI
Will of
for
our Lord is
enemies
my armor and will protect me.
kind of base themselves on knowing that they're being auto pursued. You can play it without the auto pursuit. Auto pursuit is totally optional. Like, look, I'll take this guy down without the auto pursuit. Yeah, you see the way they kind of like fly around and like corkscrews like that? It's kind of like they balance the game around the auto pursuit, let's say. Which, I mean, like, if you didn't, the game would be way too easy, because the auto pursuit is really fucking powerful in terms of the kind of game this is. So yeah, let's like look. I'm like right behind this guy, and if I just hold down the fire button, I'm not gonna hit him.
I think we're clear.
Every single time. I don't have to hit him that often for me to kill him because of upgrades that I have. But you do actually have to like control your aim in order to get a decent like lineup of your shots. So that in and of itself is like amazing. Amazing. In terms of this game's gameplay. However, it is, again, it's totally optional, so you can just not do that if you don't want to. Yeah, I like the nice thing about this game is that it's very moddable. The developers released like the mod. Yeah, see that? That's
Autopilot
weird.
disengaged.
Oh, here's a big
Tasty.
here's a big dog fight. See, look at that. He's really trying to get away from me there.
Shields down.
And that's the other thing, is the auto pursuit kind of makes me lose track of my situational awareness. So like I was getting hammered from behind, but I wasn't really paying attention to that because I was so focused on my auto pursuit.
Missile inbound. Shields down.
You gotta be mindful of this shit, my dude. You gotta be mindful of your your own auto pursuers.
No.
I love that shit. Wanna play chicken with me, fucker?
Bounty received.
And I don't think I took any damage, did I? A little bit. Mildly damaged. Mildly damaged.
Autopilot disengaged.
And then we got
Just
Missile
what I
inbound.
needed.
ran into
Gaggle
an
shitheads.
active
This doesn't have to go bad. We can all back away.
an active
Swear,
fi-
we
an
just got off
active
on the wrong
dogfight,
foot
an
here.
active firefight going on. Diamonds, give me that shit. Woo. Whoa. That's the kind of crazy shit that happens when you're doing auto pursuit. It reminds me a little bit of like Hawks, which is an old like what was it, Tom Clancy's Hawks or something like that. Which was an old no, it was Ace Combat Horizons. Ace Combat
Hey, girl.
Horizons, I think.
Now that things have settled down over at the den, we're back to our more routine sort of problems. You got some time to lend a hand?
For you, Marla? Yeah, I can swing that.
Thanks, Juno. See you soon.
There. The tractor beam, all this loot.
Got it.
This sweet loot that we got going on. Ace Combat Horizons, I think it was, which also had kind of a like a you're locked on behind them kind of thing, which is really nifty. I don't know if like it's mandatory, but it does. It is the kind of like no-brainer innovation that I feel like flight sims could really benefit from taking inspiration from, let's say. Yeah, like, I feel like that's one of the bigger
always gives me such a
takeaways from
split
this
headache.
game is almost that, like,
Beginning
mentally
contraband scan.
Photoshop.
Hold steady, citizen.
Mentally Photoshop this game as taking place in any given, like, your favorite
Contraband scan
sci-fi
complete.
setting of
Move
choice,
along.
like the Star Fox setting or Star Wars. Like, I guess that is one benefit to being a super generic sci-fi universe, is it lets you kind of, it allows so much more for you to, like, take creative license with. But I don't know, like, it just feels really generic, where it's, oh, dodge sector patrol versus pirates, and there's really nothing else going for it outside of that. And then, like, the story is that Juno here is trying to track down the guy who killed her husband, and that's good as, like, you know, a personal story to get you invested and bring you along. But it doesn't so much have the world. It's got the aesthetics. It's got really good aesthetics. I really like how this game looks. I like the blue stars, and I like how they flash like that. And they work really well as a method of giving visual frame of reference, which is really important in space sims like this, where otherwise you're kind of flying around in this black void,
This
which
should be
is space.
entertaining.
So having a good visual frame of reference like that is really important, and it's functional and also brings a sense of style for the game. There we go. Whoa.
Come on, Juno.
And the soundtrack is part of the aesthetics. The soundtrack is superb. I really like the music choices. The gameplay is really good. And it's got that Han Solo fantasy where you can get contraband, and you can buy a smuggler's compartment for, see, look, black market weapons. So I could tractor beam in these black market weapons, and if I had, and you can buy at a space station, you can buy like a smuggler's compartment, so that you can store the contraband in the smuggler's compartment. That way,
Autopilot disengaged. Destination
see here.
reached.
no, I don't think a casino will have it actually. Yeah. Let's go to the next area. You can get a smuggler's compartment, which will let you hide a certain amount of contraband, so that if you get scanned by the authorities, they won't notice that you've got contraband with you. And then you can, like, smuggle it with you onto stations that are a little bit more illicit,
God, Juno, what are you,
are
blind?
a little bit more
Looks like
open
that
to
safety in
buying,
the hole.
like, illegal items, and you can make a decent profit doing that. And you can, and again, you can even tractor beam in ejected pilots and sell them as slaves at pirate bases in order to just really just do straight up as much Dirty Dan, like, space pirate kind of shit that you want to do. So it brings the heat in that regard. It brings the heat in the gameplay, the aesthetics, and the Han Solo fantasy. So this game, and it's definitely get it over fucking Elite Dangerous. Definitely get it over even Wing Commander Privateer. It's just, man, how nice would a game like this be if it was in an actual, like, sci-fi setting that, like a pre-existing sci-fi setting that you already cared about and was actually, or even not even like an existing sci-fi setting like Wing Commander or like Star Wars
Clearance
or like
granted.
Star Fox,
You are now entering an
etc.
automatic landing zone.
But imagine if it was in a sci-fi setting that was actually engaging and creative and interesting all on its own. That would make it a 10 out of 10. That would put it in the same place as Bug Fables, because that's what Bug Fables had going for it that set it apart from just being that Paper Mario indie game, right? Bug Fables brought the heat with being its own original world and setting and having good engaging characters and charm, and it wasn't just coasting on being, oh, it's like Paper Mario. This game is a little bit, it's not coasting. It does have other things going for it, but this game does have a lot. See, like this place is too legit. It won't buy my illegal shit. You need to go somewhere that's actually willing to buy your illegal shit. It has a lot going for it, but it doesn't have everything. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. And you can even play mini games at the bar. Let's play some pool.
Pretty quiet around here.
Greetings. How about a game of 8-ball? And to sweeten the deal, a battle of...
Yeah. Pool hall hooligans. That's when the lions gotta come out and kick the shit out of everyone. Listen to Christopher Walken. He's telling you about it. It's not quite as good as the pool minigame from Yakuza, but it's a pretty good pool minigame. I actually like pool. So you can just sit back and just play pool all day if you want. No one will stop you. No one will blame you. No one will judge you, more importantly.
Hell yeah.
What can you even say to that, my dude? Got nothing to say. We don't have GTA 4 physics to impede us here. Remember the physics in GTA 4, and I hesitate to say physics? Ah, shit. I was too hesitant.
I see.
Remember how people pretend snooker is a real game? Like, nah, dude. It's pool. It's all about pool. I think I can do this. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Ooh. Nah. Oh well, that's a setup for later. I'll let him have that one. You know what? Clear the board. Open it up. Open up the room for me. Oh. Ah, you had 2 chances and you fucked both of them, dude. A little bit too hard. It's fine. It's a tough situation. It's a tough situation there. Ah, fucker.
Aw, come on.
Come on. I'd give you 10 grand for that shot. I'd pay 10 grand to have your shot. Well, what are you doing? I just paid 10 grand for your shot. Now it's my shot. Oh, look who thinks he's styling. Look who thinks he's styling. That's so cute of you to think you're styling. Let me show you style. Let me show you style. Show you style right here, right now. Show you style. I hope you're ready for it. Are you ready? Oh. Well, you're not gonna do this. Oh, prediction. Anyway. Okay, let's try this. Let's try some of this. Oh, You ain't even got nothing to say to that. What can you say to this? The sheer veracity. Let's try this. No, maybe too much. Oh, actual embarrassment. Nope. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Just pull out your gun. Just pull out your gun and shoot him. Shoot him in the face. Shoot him in the face.
I think
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not even jealous. I'm not even jelly. I didn't even do. It's fine. It's fine, everyone. I want you all to hear me when I say that it's totally, actually fine, and I don't even feel that bad about it. I don't even feel that. I really like how no one got pissed off that I did that.
Juno, I just thought you should have a little update. Richtertronics is off to a hell of a start. The orders are just rolling in.
Well, good for you, Richter. You still holding down the bar in Nacogdoches?
Well, for now, until Richtertronics HQ is fully outfitted. Swing on by. I'm buying.
I'm not even that mad, dude! Everyone hold on. I can't continue with this story because I lost a game of 8-ball, and I can't handle that. So, I'm just gonna end it all. Excuse me. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. But I still want you all to know that it's very important to me.
Autopilot disengaged.
I think we all just need to calm down.
Well, maybe we just...
Fuck off. Fuck off, my son. I'm trying to ride or die into the sun here. I don't have time for your bullshit.
Autopilot disengaged.
No, don't stop me, fuckers. Don't stop me! I don't know why that's so funny to me. Rebel Galaxy Outlaw.